Smash it! Smash that like and share that show! Got some bitch asses out there who watch the show because they hate it, but they wait to hit that dislike. Hit dislike now, bitch ass. Hit it right now.
You are entering another internet, an internet not only of bullying and meanness, but of wrath.
Submitted for your approval, the movie.
Blessed Jesse.
God entered into my body like a body my same size, like me floating into you floating into me. It's the Holy Ghost baptism, X238 in the Bible. I'm the only person on the planet that has it. The Bible says God made all things for his pleasure. God appeared to me and told me he entered into my body to have sex with people. That means you.
Okay, well, then I guess, Happy Easter!
Pod Awful TV.
Oh, y'all is doing it right. Pod awful sucker, you faggot. Puss boy. You danger. You scam artist, douchebag. You're the worst. Motherfucker. Give up. You fucking little piece of shit.
You're crazy. You're sick of your head.
Fucking dweeb. Faggot. Jackass. Pod awful sucks. You know what? You're not funny. I want to really kick your ass.
My mom doesn't like it when I mention Pod Awful anymore.
With exactly 6 million downloads, I'm your host, Jesse. You can friend me on Facebook and join our Facebook cult. Easiest way to find it is going to podawful.com/cult. Podawful.com/cult. That's our Facebook group. Join us there. Why Facebook? Why? That's for old people, right? I know what you're thinking. That's for old people. Nobody uses Facebook anymore. Exactly. See you over on Facebook. Oh, we all get Zuck. Who cares? Make a new account. They can never stop you, okay? Do you know how many accounts I have on Facebook? It should be an illegal amount. They'll probably one day send me to jail for having the number of accounts I have on Facebook. Anyway, happy Easter, thanks to Bob Hickman, of course. Apparently, God entered his body like a body the same size like me floating into you or you floating into me. It's the Holy Ghost baptism, Acts 2:38. Because he wanted to have sex with people, which didn't really seem like God's MO as far as I understood it. But you know what? It's actually making more and more sense to me when it comes to that. You know, I might get a bowl cut myself here soon if God doesn't enter my body like a body my same size and start having sex with people. We're going to go over Easter tonight. I don't like talking about these holidays that just happen to fall on Pod Awful days and stuff like that, but there's been a lot going on in the world when it comes to Christians and Easter and this whole sort of thing. Obviously, you guys already know about Notre Dame, and I'm not going to fucking bore you with all those details. I would hate to go through all of that, but there's a lot of conspiracies out there when it comes to Notre Dame. And of course, today, Sri Lanka, the entire country exploded, from what I understand. Every single church in Sri Lanka exploded at exactly the same time. And no one knows why. You can't actually think about it too hard. You're not really allowed to. It was actually an explosion of peace that took out the entire island nation of Sri Lanka. They're like 15 and a half hours ahead of us, time-wise, something like that. They're on a half-hour time zone thing. Very weird stuff. Why do I know that? I used to wear a watch set to Sri Lankan time. You'll never understand why, and I'll never explain it to you. Let's check in with the chat room, see what they're saying in there. We are live, as we are every Sunday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time over at Pod Awful TV. We've got the live video stream, got the chat room going on right now. Patrick already sent in super chat. He actually sent in a super chat on Friday that we weren't even live on the free thing on Friday, so I never read this one. So Patrick sent one in saying AIDS isn't real. He sent in another one saying, yo, 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 shout out to all my boys in the Unnecessary Circumcision Club. And of course, Trolito with a nicely timed Pod Awful sucks right there. Happy Easter, everyone, says Chicago Bear. Sri Lanka, isn't that just Indian Tibet? Yes, it is. As far as I understand, Sri Lankan food is delicious. They actually eat rocks there. They just suck the moss off of rocks, and they eat the flies that crawl over their eyeballs. So I'm not sure where you get that, unless you think those things are delicious, Jason. They just want monetary aid from U.S. government and whoever else is dumb enough to help. See, lots of conspiracies going around, lots of theories out there. Ooga booga, says Dog Munch, which is the official language of Sri Lanka. They do speak Ooga booga over there. Actually, the reason I had a watch that was set to Sri Lankan time, I actually spent a year abroad in Sri Lanka studying the people, the culture, the language, and that's why this news story is near and dear to my heart. And I actually am fluent in their language. For instance, if you were to say something like let's say today I was like trying to say, oh my God, everything just exploded and I'm on fire and the children are dead. You would say something like, ooga booga dooga booga booga dunga dunga booga dookie dookie pookie poo poo. Poop and shit, poop poop poop, poo poo and shit. So that's actually how you speak their language. A lot of people don't realize that. Pavich with a super chat saying, I've never been to Sri Lanka, sounds made up. It is. I just made it up. It's made up now. It doesn't exist anymore. The entire island sunk into the ocean, and you can never find it again. So Patrick, he said, yo, 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 which is a reference to a new goon we had this past Wednesday. If you guys didn't catch the Wednesday show, we do shows on Wednesdays at Primo shows over in the Pizza Fund. It's a subscription-based only thing, like Patreon. Do 2 shows. Well, actually, we do 3 shows a week here at Pod Awful. And I had this new goon on there, Canaman, all into the pot. We had a 420 episode. Yesterday was 420. So before we get into the Easter stuff, we already had our 420 episode, but a listener of ours, this guy Zephod, made a music video here. Not a video, really. It's just more of a song. I like the graphic. It's a combined graphic of a pot leaf and an AR-15 or something like that. So I want to play his song here. He made this. It's called 420 Reunion, which is a reference to this past Wednesday's episode. So let's take a listen to this. This is all for 420, then we'll get into Easter, okay? If we're allowed. We might actually be killed before that happens. Oh, I'm feeling the island flavor. We're getting into the island.
There was 2 little boys back in 99 with hatred in their hearts who committed a crime. It was stylish as fuck and really nihilistic. It spoke out to all the world's weirdos and misfits. April 20th was the day they chose, a date also observed by the perpetually stoned. Eric and Dylan may have succumbed to the demonic, but what if instead they stayed at home and smoked the chronic? 420, my mind's out of reach. 2 spliffs to the head and me also drink bleach too. Columbine, could the ganja have stopped it? Or was the kids already lost to Satan's mosh pit? Satan, he's a real cool dude. He drinks your soul like nectar and your sin like food. Rapists, oi mate, I swear I'm not one. What you being weird for, bruv? I'm offended you'd even ask like.
Okay, weird. All right, abrupt end there, but great song, Zephod. He actually, he makes the goon songs that we play on the show too. If you, by the way, he's not we don't hire him to do that. He just makes them. He's a fan of the show, makes them. We love him. We appreciate him. If you want to make us some music for Pod Awful, I love having theme songs for the goons. Obviously, Canaman, a new goon, doesn't have a theme song. Bob Hickman, who I played at the top of the show, he's got one. Zephod made a Bob Hickman theme song for us. So if you want to make theme songs for us, make them short, no longer than like 15 seconds, real short ones. But I'd love to play your stuff on the show if you want to do that kind of stuff. Feel free to reach out to me if you've ever got anything like that. You want to hear the Bob one? I think I've got the Bob one here. Let's take a listen. Is this it? Ooh, it's not playing. All right, well, I guess I don't have it anymore. I got a new computer. I got to reconnect some files and stuff here. It's too long anyway. Let's be honest. I would have stopped it like 5 seconds in. So let's get into Easter. Happy Easter, everybody. That was sick. Hell yeah, Zephod. Happy birthday, dear Hitler. Well, all right. Hang on now. Speaking of, though, these terrible crimes, these horrible things like that, I find it very interesting that, 2 weeks ago, almost now, I was arrested. I don't know if you guys heard about this. I went to jail. A lot of people probably skipped over last Sunday's episode of the show. They went, oh, YouTube, put you in YouTube jail. Okay, well, I guess, wah. We all get zucked on all these platforms, right? No. Please go watch last week's episode. I went to real jail, and YouTube is the person who sent me there. I had to go there because they claimed I made terroristic threats. It turns out, this is going to be hard to believe, it turns out I didn't, which is why they had to let me go after 28 hours of false imprisonment. But it's interesting to me that I am a terrorist, me, a guy who looks like this. However, the guy who actually is a terrorist and committed those Sri Lankan bombings today, he looks like this, and he's been on YouTube for years saying that everyone who isn't Muslim needs to die. Now, I'm not saying that sentiment has anything to do with anyone dying in Sri Lanka. As a matter of fact, it almost certainly doesn't. I mean, a Muslim committing a crime makes no sense. They believe in Allah. A Muslim committing terrorist acts? Well, I'm sorry, but does he look like a 30-something-year-old white guy making jokes on YouTube? No. He's a preacher or whatever an imam or something. So he must be a nice guy. His videos. Now, I speak Sri Lankan. Let me translate this for you. Uki dookie bookie, yeah. Allahu Akbar. Well, we all know what that means. God is great, so. Right. So basically what he's saying there, if you didn't catch it, again, he was sort of saying, Uki dookie, unga bunga unga. And what that means is, give everybody flowers. We're all friends. We like the West. We like everybody the same. Jews are cool. Christians are cool. Anybody who isn't even if you've never heard of Islam, you're pretty much one of the best guys we know. Give everybody presents and money. And so he's been making videos for years on YouTube, and they're still up if you look hard enough for them. YouTube quietly removing them now that everybody's been exploded. But little too late there, I think. So I do find it fascinating that I went to jail for terrorist threats. An actual terrorist still on YouTube, actually. I mean, most of the videos are still up there. Yeah, no, I agree, man. I agree. Everybody is cool. Just got a super chat in. Oh, just a $2 super chat. Well, thanks. Just a donation. If you meant to say something, Devin, let me know in the chat there. He's saying ookie dookie bookie as a follow-up in the chat. Heil Israel. Yeah, he was pretty much saying Israel is really cool. We love Israel over here in Sri Lanka. I blame Aziz Ansari. He speaks Tamil just like the terrorists in Sri Lanka. And I don't know what Tamil is. That's not what they speak in Sri Lanka. They speak unga bunga dunga dookie. People are starting to think that pedophiles are cool now. They call them maps. Yeah, this is part of the conspiracies going on, especially when it comes to Notre Dame. A lot of conspiracies floating around that whole Notre Dame place. You heard of this place? A lot of conspiracies floating around Notre Dame because Obviously, it's, Catholic Church, Catholics, the pedophiles, Pizzagate, what's going on, hiding the pedos or letting them get away with it. So were they trying to cover up evidence of some crimes? Who knows? That's one theory out there. Many, many theories, though. Obviously, a big theory out there when it comes to Notre Dame is I've seen a lot of videos on this. Maybe you guys want to send me those videos in the chat or something. I've seen a lot of these conspiracy videos where they're showing a guy moving around the cathedral and he's wearing Muslim garb and he's lighting things up. You can see him sparking something like he's setting something on fire on purpose. Of course, I don't believe in any conspiracies, okay? I don't think there's any reason anyone would ever conspire to do anything without explaining it all to you first. And certainly if they did do a conspiracy, they'd leave a bunch of little clues behind, okay? The number one thing when conspiracies do happen is they like to leave clues for the smart people out there with internet access to find later on. So I don't know if a Muslim did Notre Dame or not. I don't know if the Pope personally walked into Notre Dame and he actually took the face-fucked corpse of an infant child, set it on fire, and then threw it into the altar and went, "Ooh, gotta go!" And then he floated away into the sky. He lifted up his dress and he floated away. A bunch of cherub angel babies came and took him off into the sky, and as they lifted him up, he kind of tried to reach for their little wieners, and they had to slap his hand away. I don't know. Could have been either one. Both are just as likely. Both are incredibly likely, but there's only one way to find out why. Like the real question behind, let's say it is a Muslim, because again, I don't have any video evidence of the Pope going in with his baby corpse and doing it, but I've seen some video evidence for there being a Muslim guy on the church, right? You guys have seen these videos. I don't know. I didn't see anything posted in the chat there. Maybe it blocks those now. I don't know if you've seen the videos or not, but I bet you've probably seen some of these things floating around on Facebook and Twitter where they're pointing it out. They circle a guy and he's lighting stuff up, right? But the question isn't how, really. The question is why. To get to the bottom of something, you always need to know why. So in my mind, if somebody who's a member of the religion of Islam was behind something like this, I have to say why. Why Islam? Why would you do this? I can't think of a reason, but luckily, I found something that might help. Here's a website, and it says "Why Islam" on it. Now, I might have something wrong about this. I'm not exactly sure, but they've got a little toll-free number here. It's 877-WHY-ISLAM. It's a free hotline, and here's the phone number right here. Okay, let me just copy this phone number. So basically, I guess if I have any questions for Islam as to why they would do something so heinous, I feel like I could probably call this number and find out. So why don't I put this phone number into my phone right here, 877, and then we've got the rest. So the phone number again is 877-WHY-ISLAM. And let's see if we can get to the bottom of why they would have done this if they did it. I'm not saying they did, but the best way to find out is to go to the horse's mouth on this, right? So let's call 877-WHY-ISLAM. Why Islam? Why? Why?
Thank you for calling Why Islam,
Thank you.
the Islamic information line.
Great.
If you know your party's extension, please enter it now.
Oh, okay.
For the English hotline, please press 1.
All right.
To hear the answers,
This call may be recorded for quality and training
It's
purposes.
definitely recorded.
thank you for holding. An associate will be right with you.
Thank you so
Your
much.
call will be answered in the order in which it was received.
Well, how
Did
many
you
could
know
be
that
coming
Muslims
in?
make up 1.5 billion of the world's population?
Oh my God.
Did you know that only about 23% of Muslims are Arab?
Oh no.
Thank you for calling Why Islam. How can I help you?
Yeah, hi there. I had a question about Islam. Hi, are you there?
Hello?
Yeah, oh, sorry. I didn't know if you were still there. Hi. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Well, I
Goodbye.
know. Okay, goodbye then. I know this motherfucker can hear me. He just didn't want to talk to me, right? That had to be what it was. This motherfucker just did not want to talk to me. All right, let's try that one more time. Hang on a second. I was learning some very terrifying facts there. I know he heard me. All right, we're calling him back. We're going to get to the bottom of this. Yeah, now I'm starting to believe the conspiracies. This is a cover-up.
Thank you for calling Why Islam, the Islamic information line.
All right.
Thank you for holding. An associate will be right with you. Your call will be answered in the order in which it was received. Did you know that Muslims make up 1.5 billion of the world's population? Did you know that only about 23% of Muslims are Arab? Did you know that Muslims believe in one God and...
Hello, Islam. This is Uzma. Can I help you?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Yeah, I had a question. Why would I don't think you guys did, but why would you guys blow up Sri Lanka?
Okay.
Hello?
Nobody, no religion, and no sane person can blow up anything.
That's what I thought. I was trying to tell my friend that, and he didn't believe me. But what about Notre Dame, the Notre Dame Cathedral? Do you know about
that? We condemn all kind of violence because God does like hatred, animosity, greed, jealousy, arrogance. If you have this hatred in your heart, then that means you're pleasing Satan.
I heard you just press a button. What did that button do? Did you activate a bomb?
Then you're pleasing the Creator. So, whoever wants to please Satan, they will do acts of violence. But whoever wants to please Almighty Creator, the Creator who has created trillions of galaxies, the Creator who has created you, who has created me, the Creator who has created trillions of cells in your body. Look at yourself. You have more than 37 trillion cells in your body.
Holy
Just
crap.
the tip of your DNA contains more information than all the books in this world. How great is the Creator who has created all of us?
How many cells are in the bodies of the people in Sri Lanka now?
All the galaxies.
Seems like their cells probably got exploded out.
Please the Creator, whoever wants to please the Creator will fill their heart with love and compassion in their heart, not hatred and animosity. Whoever has hatred and animosity in their heart, whoever does acts of violence, they are pleasing Satan. They are not pleasing their Creator.
That makes sense.
Day, they are accountable for their actions.
All right.
That's what Islam
if you blow
teaches
something
us,
up in my ear,
we have to worship the Creator, and we are accountable for our actions. One day, you are going to die, I'm going to die. Everybody has to take
Not
death.
me, man.
The next
No, I'm living forever.
We'll be in front of our Creator and we'll be accountable for our actions. What did we do with our time in this world? What did we do with our wealth?
A lot of you guys blew people up and shit and taught others how to do it,
Yeah, nobody, no religion teaches violence. Not Christianity doesn't teach violence.
Oh my God.
Even Hinduism doesn't teach violence.
Fuck.
No religion teaches violence. The people who does violence, they are doing destruction to themselves because they'll have eternal regret on day of judgment, day of resurrection, day of accountability. They'll be in hellfire forever.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. I see your point now.
If we live all the prophets, all the messengers, from Prophet Adam to Abraham, Moses.
All right, thank you. Allahu Akbar. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Jesus Christ. I think she was setting off some sort of divide. Guys, check the news. Can you check trending Twitter right now? Make sure there's no call centers being blown up somewhere. I'm sorry for those sounds, but jeez, I mean, they were hurting my ears. I don't know if they hurt you guys' ears, but Jesus Christ, she must have been, they tie the bombs to the cell phone, so I think it must have been something to do with that. We had some super chats come in. Alan Powell says, I don't know who started the fires at Notre Dame, but I know Quasimodo. Oh, God, I'm not reading that. Are we really still doing Quasimodo jokes? Look, do you see how far beyond that I am? I'm kind of evolved beyond that, okay? I'm calling Muslims and asking them how they got involved. Not doing Quasimodo jokes anymore. Patrick says, I appreciate the super chat, though, Alan. Patrick says, this Muslim lady probably cleans a mean toilet. What? I don't know what you mean by that. I think that chick is in Cuba. We are in the madhab of the kafir. I'm worried about you, Jesse. Eternal regret and hellfire? What the fuck? Beeps. Yeah, I'm really sorry about those beeps. I'm not sure why Islam actually explained anything to us there. I'm not sure how much we've learned, but I would like to make one more call. Let me see if I can find the best place to call. I don't really know who to call in this scenario, but, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking like, Notre Dame, it's got to be rebuilt, right? The cathedral's got to be rebuilt. Who could help out with the cost? I know a lot of people have already donated money and have pledged to donate money for the cause. But I was thinking about it. I remembered, wait a second, back when the Christchurch thing happened, there was a bunch of like Christian churches and Jewish synagogues got together and they sort of supported them, sent them money, sent them prayers, that kind of stuff. And then I thought about it again. And I remembered when the attack on the Jewish synagogue happened here in America. I remember reading all these stories about how generous the mosques nearby were with their money and their time to try to, rebuild this community. And I thought, wow, what a great way to bridge these two worlds. You think of the Arabs and the Jews, or at least the Muslims and the Jews, like a lot of times there's a lot of animosity between those groups. You see it on their television programs and stuff from across the globe. So to see an act like that, it really inspired me. And I'm thinking, with it being Easter, with it being a day of miracles, and with Christianity needing a little helping hand here, maybe there's a mosque somewhere that's willing to donate just a little bit of money. Anything they've got, just donate a little bit of money to make sure that the cathedral can be rebuilt. So I'm going to call the Islamic Society of Mid-Manhattan here in New York and see if maybe they're willing to donate a little bit. I'm going to do it, though. I'm afraid that maybe there hasn't been that bridge built between the Christians and the Muslims yet, the way it has been with the Jews. So I'm going to do it with the help from a friend here. Let's see if I can get anybody on the line. Maybe at least leave a message. Might have to call another mosque, though. I've never called this number before. I don't know what happens. Get my friend to help us out here. Come on, we really need your help. It's Easter, please. Yesterday was Passover, please. Did you have a Seder? Honey, we packed you a Seder. Wow, they just hung up. Okay, well, I hope. What if I was a Muslim? What if I really needed them right then? All right, let's try another one. Here's another mosque. I think this one's in Brooklyn. We'll give this one a shot. Okay, you'd think like I think the thing I called is like the big one. In fact, the one I called had a fire and a synagogue opened their doors for them. So for them to shut the door on me is very, very mean. Let's try another mosque. This is Masjid at Taqwa. Read those super chats in a second. Come on, please. An Easter miracle. Please. Look at this. New York synagogue opens doors to mosque for Friday prayers after fire. I told you. That's the one I just called. You know what? It might be, maybe they're all facing Mecca right now. Maybe I just called it at the wrong time. Is it Mecca time? Mecca lecca hi, Mecca hi ni ho? Excuse me, hello? Hi, my name is Alan Jewish. I'm calling to collect some funds. Doing a little fund collecting. All right? Time to pay the piper. You ever heard of usury? All right, well, you know what? These mosques, they really don't want to answer. Maybe I should just call back the Why Islam line and see if they've got anything. All right, we're going to call one more mosque and see what happens. I don't know when mosques are open, so this might have just been a bad bit to begin with. Harassing minorities is good comedy, honestly, as a super chat. All right, well, I don't know if I agree with that. They're not a minority. Did you hear that info line? They said there's like 1.5 billion of them. We're doing world calls, not America calls. This is about the world. Harmony. Peace on earth. Goodwill toward men.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. This is Masjid Manhattan, 30 Cliff Street, New York 10038. Our khutbah starts at 1:05.
Okay.
And our prayer, Jum'ah prayer, starts at 1:35.
Okay.
If you have any other messages, please leave it. Sheikh Mustafa will get back to you as soon as possible, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
And to you.
Memory full.
Jeez, I thought another bomb was about to go off. Man, I really thought I was going to leave that message. God damn it. All right, well, nothing there. All right, well, maybe next time. We'll try to hit them up next Easter. I'm sure they'll still be rebuilding the cathedral by then, so it probably won't be a problem. Let's check in with those super chats we missed out on, see what they had to say. Pavic says, if I had a dog, it would be terrified of those beeps. Trolita says, no worries, fam. The Hunchback of Notre Dame is with Harambe now, so based and red-pilled. Praise Keck, Chatelet, Awu. Yeah, all right. That's not our show, okay? Even ironically, we don't do that kind of stuff here. So let's just go ahead and get rid of that. All right. Well, you know what? Maybe we'll try a mosque again in a little bit, see what happens. Maybe somebody else, maybe you guys, could anybody in the chat room maybe find me the phone number of a mosque that is currently open that you know will accept my call? If I see some phone numbers up in the chat, I'll try calling them. It's got to be in America, though, I think. I don't know if I can make outside calls out, maybe Canada, but I don't think I can do anything across the ocean there. So if anybody knows any mosques that will pick up right now, or if you can just do some research and do it, I'll give another call. In the meantime, I thought since it is Easter, we could celebrate with another one of our new goons from our Wednesday show. This is actually maybe one of my favorite new goons. Pastor Michael Smith is a YouTube pastor, and here's a video of him talking about Easter. This is from last year. Weirdly, he hasn't put out any videos today for this year, but this is from last year. It's called Michael Phelps Ritual Baby Boy Easter Ritual Baby Babylonial. So something about Easter in here, I'm sure. Let's take a listen.
I'm your host, I'm your pastor, Mr. Michael Smith, and if you are new to this channel, please tap that subscribe button.
Subscribe. And I do recommend you subscribe to Pastor Michael Smith. And just to be clear, this is a man speaking, not a lady.
Choice Ports, I bring you more breaking news stories to a computer screen near you. All right. And if you want to check me out on live, check me out on my Facebook fan page, Pastor Michael Smith on Facebook. Now, Michael Phelps. Your favorite celebrity, your favorite athlete is Michael Phelps. Mm-hmm. Now, if you follow me, you would know that I done told you that from December all the way up until April, you're going to have all these satanic scumbags talking about having a baby, talking about killing a baby, talking about adopting a baby. Anything having to do with a baby, these satanic scumbags gonna come out and publicize it.
Right.
Because,
and again, I'm positive that this has something to do with Easter. But as we learned on Wednesday night, it sometimes takes Pastor Michael a little bit of time to get into the real subject at hand, okay? We were trying to listen to one about Saul Pais on Wednesday's show, and it became about hurricanes and the African slave trade long before he ever got to the actual subject. So let's hear him out. You know, you never know when the Easter might pop up.
They're not showing it and letting their fans know that they got a new addition to the family. They are letting the elites know that they got somebody that they're going to sacrifice, that they got a baby that they're going to sacrifice.
Okay, so now you hear that. This is getting into the other set of conspiracies I mentioned there. We went with the Muslim one. Let's get into the other set there when it comes to the baby stuff.
A baby and satanic holiday called Easter.
Boom! We did it! We hit it! Wow, that was actually a pretty good amount of time there for Pastor Michael. Wow, pretty good. Okay, we're into Easter now.
It's satanic. See, let me tell you something. We, as Christians, we try to strive to be like Christ. We try to follow Christ, right? So we try to follow the Most High God.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah, y'all, welcome to Real Nigga Hours. I'm your host, Pastor Michael Smith, and I got some real Easter knowledge to drop on y'all. Now, remember, I'm both a pastor and a psychologist, okay? They call me the Nigman Fraud of psychology, and I teach y'all about the Negro, and the super Negro, which is, of course, black woke shit for the id, the ego, and the super ego. All right, you dig? So this is what Easter is all about, okay? Now, number one, Easter Bunny. What's that shit about? Why is he bringing chocolate rabbits? Okay, that's about the chocolate man. Baltimore, a chocolate city.
It's holy days. Passover, it's a holy day. Feast of Tabernacles, holy day. Day of Atonement, holy day. A Feast of Unleavened Bread, holy day. Purim, holy.
What the fuck is unleavened? Who? You talking about Harvey Levin? Unleavened bread. TMZ motherfuckers up in here.
Day. The Sabbath day, holy day.
Black Sabbath. With that metal music and them long hair white boy weirdos.
All these are holy days. What these satanic scumbags do, like the Bible says in Jeremiah 10, do not follow the ways of the heathen. They follow holidays. These holidays are satanic, and you will be in perfect realm with Satan if you follow them. If you follow the holy days, you'll be in perfect line with the Most High God, and your blessings will follow.
Don't bring up Yakub, and I saw Yakub come up in the chat. You can't bring up Yakub in this chat right here, because that is unchristian. Like, okay, now I know Nigman Fraud over here. He do believe in Yakub, of course. Yakub created the white man, but Pastor Michael Smith is not. You know, that's too woke for Pastor Michael Smith. He believes in Jesus Christ, okay? I'm seeing, by the way, a lot of phone numbers popping up in the chat room. Let's try to call another one of these mosques. We'll play more Pastor Michael in a minute here. Elizabeth gave us, she lives in the capital of Muslim town, okay? Like Dearborn, Michigan. Most Muslims live over there. So probably they'll answer, right? She gave us a phone number. Let's check with that phone number. See if we can't get some help for Notre Dame. She gave me two numbers, actually. I'll try both of them. And we got another number in Canada. We can try that one as well if we need to.
Assalamu alaikum, and thank you for calling the Islamic Center of America. You may dial the receptionist by pressing 0, or you may dial any other extension anytime.
All right.
You have entered too few digits. Enter the extension number of the party you are calling.
0.
To dial by name, press 4.
I dialed 0. It said dial 0 for the reception. God damn it. All right, fuck that one. Let's try another one. I hate automated, unless you're a huge corporation, you shouldn't have automated shit like that. It doesn't work for you guys. You don't know how to set up your phones. Okay? You're too stupid to set up automated phone messaging things. It said hit 0 for receptionist. I did. It told me I dialed too few numbers. God damn. I probably just exploded something hitting that 0. That's how they get you. They trick you into doing their dirty work for them.
Hello?
Yes, hello. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi. Yes, my name is Alan Jewish. I'm actually calling from Bar Raphael, Israel. I'm not sure if I'm speaking to the right person here or not, but we're actually calling about perhaps bringing the communities together because there's been an awful tragedy lately. I don't know if you've heard.
Okay, what do you mean? I don't understand what you mean.
Well, as you've probably heard about, there was a terrible, terrible fire in France that burned down the Notre Dame Cathedral. Have you heard about this? Have you seen this?
No.
No, you haven't heard about that.
What about that you mean the church?
Yes, the big church in
yes, yeah, I
France.
heard.
Yeah, okay. Wow, I was going to say. I mean, if you live under a rock.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
So I'm calling from the synagogue, and we're trying to get some of the other places of worship around town together to maybe donate a little bit of time and money toward rebuilding the church as a sign of goodwill, as a good gesture, especially. And we're trying to reach out to the mosques and the Islamic community nearby.
That's good. That's good.
Thank you so much. Yes, because we thought, I mean, it's about time, pay it back for the crimes and stuff.
Do you have any information about it? And you can send that to our place address, and we'll send you. And
okay,
I would love. Do you have any brochure or any?
I can send you all the information and the pamphlets.
Okay,
I've got pamphlet. I've got a wild number of pamphlets. Can I just get your name real quick?
This is American Muslim Society.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And
our address 9945.
Uh-huh.
You can send a letter, and we will try to help you.
Okay. And do you think? I mean, could I just ask you right off the bat, since I mean, this is so.
No, I'm just a member. I'm not the community.
Well,
member.
do you as a member, do you know
Yes.
if you guys ever sort of give monetarily to these sorts of things there?
Yes, but they are nobody now here. All of them left.
But you do feel bad about the whole Notre Dame thing, right? Because
Yes, okay.
it's very tragic what happened, and
I know that.
And we keep opening up our doors for you guys, and then these things
Yes.
happen, and we're like, maybe the Christians, maybe give them
Yes,
something too.
No, okay.
With it being Easter and everything, I mean,
Yeah, I know that.
and the Jesus and all this. I mean, I don't care about him. You guys kind of like him, but us.
Yes, we are here. We are here as a unity.
Yes, of course. It's all
Yeah,
about
unity.
unity.
With
And
our-
then with the Sri Lanka, did you hear about the
Yeah,
Sri Lanka today with the bombs?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
with the how do you even go into a place and explode your own body? I mean, it's just to die for. Okay, so
Yeah,
thank you
so-
so much for talking to
No
me. I'll
problem.
send off the
I'm
pamphlets.
very glad to hear you.
All right, and please have a great day.
No
And
okay,
Allahu
you
Akbar.
Too, and you too.
Thank
Take
you.
care and have a good night.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. He laughed at that. Okay, all right. Hang on a second. I need a second to reset after that one. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
And all I just said is I thank Dad for making me strong.
Join our cult on Facebook. podawful.com/cult.
All right, we are back, and guys, join that pizza fund for me as well. That was the Pod Awful cult ad there, but join that pizza fund. Get those primo shows. Again, we do 3 episodes a week here at Pod Awful. 2 of them over there in the pizza fund. Wednesday nights we do the primo show. It's a $12 level and up. You get access to we do 2 of these. Like if you enjoy what we're doing on Sunday nights, it's like that again. So it's not like a lesser quality, like a shittier sort of thing. We do that again on Wednesday nights. And then on Friday nights, we have Friday Night Hangout Explosion in the $6 level and up, where I play all of the extra stuff, all the stuff that I can't get to in one episode, or throughout the week. I mean, we have all these goons that we cover, all these weird internet things that we like to follow, and they don't all fit into the big shows like this. So that's where they go. We play those there. We hang out. Everybody, all the listeners are on screen with me here. They sit, they talk, they hang out. Oh boy, it's to die for. It's a great time. podawful.pizza. Support the show. We've had a ton of signups this past week. I want to say a big thank you and a shout out to the over 35 now signups we've had this past week. I guess because I went to jail. I don't know where all these fucking signups came from. But goddamn, do I appreciate it. It's probably the most we've had in such a short period of time since we created the Pizza Fund. And again, if you're wondering to yourself, like, can I trust this whole pizza fund sort of thing? Or why not just use Patreon? Well, anyone who watches a show like this should know why you don't use Patreon, right? Aren't we all sort of on board with the fact that Patreon is an evil piece of shit company? I was actually one of the first people that was banned from Patreon. I was banned like a year and a half before any of those big guys you know of that were banned from it. You know, Sargon or who I loved watching Sargon cry about not being able to have his Patreon's not allowing me to be on it. Now I'm running for office because of Patreon. Lose weight. Fucking Carl. I had been banned a year before that or more for an even more bullshit. At least that guy said nigger. I was banned on Patreon for naming one of my levels World War. It was just a name. I called it World War. They banned me from Patreon. So we built our own. One of my listeners, this guy Ian, great guy, built our own Patreon for us. Did it for free. Did it for the love of the show. He's in the chat room tonight. So a big shout out and thank you to Ian. Another guy, Richard, another listener of the show, has been doing the upkeep on the website ever since then. Does it all for free. Thank you so much. Hopefully soon here, it won't have to be for free anymore. And we're actually pretty close to a goal of mine where what I'd like to do is make sure these guys get a little something back for. I've tried paying him in the past, actually, for it, and he refuses. But I'd like to make sure that he's well fed for his work, and I'd also like to make it so that we don't really have to do the whole super chat thing anymore. Actually, the super chats are a little, I don't know, isn't it a little weird? I like to read just the chat. The super chats come in. I feel compelled to read it. It's a nice way to support the show for sure. If you can't join the Pizza Fund, for sure. I don't like to give priority though to people who pay. Seems a little icky. Anyway, podawful.pizza if you want more content. We've got even $1 level to choose from. You get immediate access to all the archives of content in there. It's great. It's more content than you'll ever get through podawful.pizza. We actually did get another super chat in, by the way. Patrick just saying Elizabeth is posting numbers. Well, we got through to one of those numbers, so there we go. That worked out. Let's see what the chat is saying. You can't pay people an actual pizza. Actually, wait. No. It's not. I got to change the name. People really don't understand this whole pizza fund thing. You know, they really don't. Don't think me, think Jesse, says Ian, the guy who built the pizza fund. Too much, Ian. No. Honestly, you did me a huge solid by building that thing. Also think Richard, says Ian. He's being too humble there. But I wouldn't have a job right now if it weren't for Ian and for people like him who got behind me, and the people this week who signed up for the pizza fund and stuff. These people showing support for little guys like me. I constantly, every week I get messages from people saying, why aren't you bigger? Why don't more people watch you? Your shit is great. How do you do all of this stuff? How is your production so good? It's because I've got good people behind me. So thanks to all of them. And Pavich sending in a super chat saying compelled super chat. There you go. Let's get back to Pastor Michael Smith and away from this gross bullshit that I'm spewing.
So now, what I mean by this, from between December and Easter.
December. I like that he says December, and it sounds like he's talking about Lion King.
I'm going to ask you a question. Easter. When you think about Easter, what do you think about? You think about an Easter bunny, a rabbit, right? You think about Easter eggs. Now, what I want you to ask you is, have you ever in your life seen a rabbit lay eggs?
Damn. Shit, man. This is basically the Sermon on the Mount. I mean, blowing my mind here, Pastor Mike.
No, you never seen one. And when you do see a rabbit laying eggs, I need you to kill it. Because why? Because that rabbit is demonic.
I don't know if that's what Jesus would do.
You understand? But the reason why they got rabbits and eggs on Satanic Easter, let me get into, is Semiramis. Semiramis is the god that these people worship. Semiramis is supposed to be the goddess or queeness of heaven.
The goddess or queeness of heaven. Pastor Michael thinks that the female version of the word queen is queeness. Ladies and gentlemen, let me please introduce you to my good friend, Queeness Nassim. There she is. The Queeness herself. Queeness Nassim. Fuck. Queeness. I love it.
So-called heaven. So Ramesses gave birth to Nimrod in the form of an egg. That egg landed on Euphrates River on Easter Day.
Okay.
Now you count 9 months later after Easter, what do you get? You get December. You get
December.
Christmas. So when you guys think you guys are celebrating Christ, you are really celebrating the hatching of Nimrod's birth. You understand? Yeah.
Well, that's cool by me. I like that Green Day album. It's a good one.
I know it seemed like a fairy tale, but this is what they believe.
Isn't this what you believe? Isn't this part of the Bible? Isn't Nimrod? I don't know. Maybe I don't know the Bible so well.
This is what they do, and this is why they pay homage to Sir Ramesses. This is why between December and Easter, you see all these satanic scumbags talking about, you know what I'm saying, because they want to be the first one to come out with a baby. Because why? Because when a rabbit have his young like a Mexican. When a Mexican have his young at an alarming rate. Pop out babies after babies. That's the same thing a rabbit do.
Oh no, we made too many babies. What are we going to do? My wife, she lay an egg, and now I have to kill her.
Rabbit have many kids. No eggs, kids. You understand? So, the rabbit symbolizes Sir Ramesses. Sir Ramesses symbolizes the fertility god. See what I'm saying? Fertility.
I do.
So, when these satanic scumbags is coming out talking about, oh, I'm having this baby, Kylie Jenner talking about her baby, Michael Phelps talking about his baby, all these satanic scumbags talking about their baby, they paying homage. They trying to be the first because the first to come out to show the elites that they got.
Speedy Gonzalez had a baby with my sister. He had a baby with everyone's sister.
The Sir Ramesses baby.
Ja.
They got the baby of the year. See, the first one to come out praising and come out letting the elites know that they got the first baby of the year. They got the first baby of satanic Easter. They got the first baby of satanic Sir Ramesses. They're going to get escalated.
Adds up.
They are going to get, their level is going to be higher. They're going to go upper level. They're going to get promoted. They're going to get deals thrown at them. They're going to get endorsements thrown at them.
Right.
Because Sir Ramesses and satanic word, and by Babylonian Catholicism, they believe that a Sir Ramesses baby, an Easter baby, is a blessed baby. This is what they believe. So when Michael Phelps come out talking about, oh, he got his first boy. Let me tell you something. When you having a baby, when you give birth to your baby, that's something between you and your family. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to expose your baby to Hollywood. You don't want to expose your baby to the media.
I agree with that.
Why you think Michael...
Pastor Mike, I definitely agree with that. You don't want to expose your baby to the media.
Jackson had a blanket.
Hello there, I'm Alan Jewish. I was wondering, could we have your baby? Just for a minute, just to look, to see, to smell. And his penis, what is going on there? Has he been, snip, snip? And if he hasn't, do you mind? Do you mind if I have his foreskin? Could I just put it in my mouth for a second? Just for a second. Just to chomp it. I just want to give it a little nibble.
Get over a blanket.
Would you like your kid to be on all that? If you'd like your kid to be on all that, you're going to have to let me nibble his penis.
You see what I'm saying? You don't want to expose...
If he's lucky, I'll give him over to Lorne Michaels later on. He can be on SNL, okay? Kenan Thompson raped by the devil.
Your baby to the media. So it's an agenda behind Michael Phelps coming out, exposing his baby to the media. He's not letting you guys know. He's letting his handler and the elites know that he got the first baby.
I believe that Michael Phelps has a handler, by the way, because the only other people I know that have a handler are retarded people. Michael Phelps kind of has that look in his, he's got a little bit of a Mongoloidian kind of look to him, When I was in elementary school, all the retards, all the special ed kids, they had their own handlers. And there was this one kid, some of you guys know this story already, but it's a good story, so I'm repeating it. There's this one kid, we called him the ODID kid, and the ODID kid got his name because all he could say, much like Sri Lankan people, all he could say is so he had this handler, right, that would sort of keep him from just doing that at everybody. And he was giant too. I mean, we were in elementary school. We were supposed to be little kids. He was bigger than every adult I'd ever seen in my entire life. He was as tall as Michael Phelps and about 3 times as fat. And so the handler would be trying to jerk him around. And they'd release them out into the wild with the rest of us during lunchtime. So we'd be in the lunch line together. And the handler would pull him into the lunch line. Get in here, you fucker. They would treat him real bad. Oh, you're a fucker. And pull him in there. And then the lunch lady, not realizing that this giant man baby is a retard, would go, what do you want? Pizza or steak nuggets? And then he would go, and then the lunch lady would look at the handler, and the handler would go, he said he wants pizza. Now, there's no way that handler actually could determine what he was saying, but she would act like a translator for him. Anyway, I look at Michael Phelps, I think of the ODID kid. So I agree with Pastor Mike.
It's not the first baby, because a lot of other satanic scumbags came out with babies before Easter. So he got one of the babies of Easter. And best believe it's going to be some rituals. Best believe, as soon as he found out he got his first baby, best believe he's going to do some rituals right now.
Makes sense.
He may look as innocent to you in the spotlight, but behind closed doors, he doing rituals right now. Right now on this baby.
That's how you swim faster. See, Pastor Michael Smith, he doesn't understand how swimming fast could work. He can't swim, obviously. For obvious reasons. There's a very clear reason why he can't swim.
Taking this baby to his juju piece. He taking this baby to his handler, and they all doing rituals.
To his juju bees.
On this baby right now. Anyway, that's news. I'm your host. I'm your pastor, Mr. Michael Smith.
Very cool.
If you are new to this channel, please tap that subscribe button, show support, as I bring more breaking news stories to the computer screen near you. If you want to catch me live, go to my Facebook fan page, Pastor Michael Smith.
All right, I recommend everybody do catch Pastor Michael Smith live, and make sure you subscribe to Pastor Michael Smith. Not a dud in his videos. Okay, watch every single one of his videos. They're all amazing stuff. I really was hoping he was going to release one tonight. But another goon did release one tonight. This is a goon who got introduced in Friday Night Hangout Explosion. See, you guys might sleep on Friday Night Hangout Explosion. You might go, it's just that thing where he hangs out with the listeners, no big deal. Sometimes new stuff gets introduced in Friday Night Hangout Explosion. One of those is a new goon by the name of Master Studios. And Master Studios has something that we love on this show called AU Gold. Now, we actually got to know Master Studios by wishing him a happy birthday. It was his 28th birthday recently. And now, to get us back, he's going to wish us a happy Easter. So while I love Pastor Michael, and I agree with him searching the other end of those conspiracy theories, the baby end, we went to the Muslim end. Now we've looked at the baby end of the conspiracies. I'd like to sort of wrap this one up a little bit here by doing something a little nicer. So let's talk to the giant, fat version of Homestar Runner, Master Studios. and find out how to just have a nice, happy Easter and what the holiday is really all about. Okay? Master Studio. The channel of randomness, it says.
Happy Easter, folks. I'm Chris. And, this vlog is about Easter.
Uh-huh.
I'll tell you what Easter is all about.
Okay.
Easter is about finding the eggs.
Yep.
That are hidden. And an Easter bunny and
Sound it out.
Celebration.
Yes.
And tradition.
Yes. Okay. Very good.
And also for fun.
All right. Pretty good. All right. So now you guys know what Easter is all about. Oh, hello. Welcome to my Easter video. Today I'm going to tell you what Easter is about. It's about eggs and I don't know, a rabbit.
It's also about the...
Oh, I didn't know there was more. Oh, by the way, Homestar, there's actually more to the story of Easter. I just got an email.
Crucifixion.
Oh, shit.
Of Jesus Christ.
Nailed it, literally. Huh? There we go.
That's a sad one.
That is a sad one.
And, every year in Easter, they find the Easter eggs.
That was a big part of the Bible. I went in the Bible the other day. It was Ecclesiastes 9:15, and it said, "He who hath findeth the Easter eggs be a king in heaven."
They're hidden. And some of them did not celebrate Easter.
Okay, confusing. Not sure then we're talking about
That,
Easter.
my friends, is what Easter is all about.
Ladies and gentlemen, that, my friends, is what Easter is all about.
All right, folks. Don't forget to subscribe for more content. Click on the notification bell. Twitter, Instagram, links in the description. Drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it. I'll see you all in the next video. Be kind, stay positive, and keep it simple.
Be kind, stay positive, and keep it really simple. Okay.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter to one and all. Happy Easter! Hope y'all, what up? Nice ceiling fan for a person of his needs. I didn't pay attention to a ceiling fan. The fact that you did, HC Frick, tells me that you might be of his needs, okay? They do tend to like ceiling fans. Slowly shutting down. He is so pleased with himself. Aw, thanks, buddy. So proud. Of course he's pleased with himself. That was a great video. I mean, he really did technically cover everything Easter is about. He hit all the major goalposts there. I thought he was going to fumble there toward the end, but he technically pulled it out and he nailed it. Could be related to B Fort, maybe. I feel trolled by a retard, says Norman Dells. Well, if you thought he was retarded, then maybe you are the retard. Maybe you should take a look at your own brain, okay? Hopes y'all wanna, says Bonsai Jaquair. Did you guys know that I was the voices on Homestar Runner? That's how I got my start on the internet. I played all the voices on Homestar Runner, okay? I was Coach Z. Hey there, Homestring. And I was Strong Bad. The email, check it out, they fuck guys, you know, all that stuff. They hired me. They said, after a while, one of those guys that made it said, we can't do the voices anymore. It's too much work. Can't keep up with the workload. I started doing Marzipan as well. I was also Homestar. You know, I did all the voices. King of Town. I did the Poop Smith. He had one line ever. And I did the Poopsmith's one line ever. A lot of people don't know that about me. All right. Well, anyway, I have had a very nice time with Easter. You know, Master Studios has made me feel a little bit better about these horrible things that have been going on in the world when it comes to Easter. But I'm just suddenly reminded about the first video we played tonight with our goon, Bob Hickman. You know, God entered my body like a body my same size, like me floating into you or you floating into me. It's the Holy Ghost baptism, Acts 2:38. And I'm just starting to think about that part where he said that God entered his body to have sex with people. And that includes everyone, people like you. Now, this might not have bothered you guys as much as it bothered me, but let me reveal something to you. And maybe this is a little too much to reveal on the Lord's Day like this, but you'll recall, some of you who have been listening for a while, last year I came out as being Volcel, okay? And after a little while of living my life as a Volcel man, a voluntarily celibate man, I ended that and I started, you know, going back to the old ways of being a celebrated sexual athlete like I was before. Well, this year I'm trying something different. This year I've decided to become an incel. I'm not sure that's even the right sound effect to play for that. Usually it would be. And so now that I'm an incel, and I've been an incel for a little while now, a couple months now, I've been an incel, and I didn't tell you guys because I wanted to keep it a secret, but now that I'm an incel, I've been, of course, radicalized. And I'm starting to see things in a new light. Of course, everything I look at, the lens I look through now, it's all tinted by my hatred of women. And I'm starting to think about those crimes in Sri Lanka, those explosions. I'm starting to think about that fire at Notre Dame, and I'm starting to wonder, you know, was it really Catholics covering up Pizzagate crimes? Was it really Islam committing more terrorist explosion acts, more suicide bombings? Does that really make sense? Or might it have been somebody like me? Somebody who's been wronged by this world around him. Somebody who's a supreme gentleman. Somebody who's just trying to get his face out there for girls to see. You know, there's nothing wrong with me. I'm a pretty decent-looking guy, as a matter of fact. Sure, a lot of the Chads out there get mad in the comment sections on YouTube, and they like to make fun of the way I look. But the girls seem to be fine with me, and why wouldn't they be? I'm a supreme gentleman. So I'm starting to wonder if maybe somebody in Sri Lanka has just had enough. You know, Sri Lanka is not too far from India, and I see Indian guys, they've just started dating for the first time in decades over there. They're trying to figure it all out. That's why that Bob's and Vagine meme started happening. And if I was a guy like that, if I was over in that part of the world, and I was just trying to dip my feet into the dating waters on the internet for the first time, I'd be pretty mad too if people started memeing about me. And maybe that would drive me to do something bad. YouTube already accused me of doing something bad. They sent me to jail saying I was a terrorist. Well, I'm not, but you let a terrorist on your platform. Well, I'm not a terrorist, but I am an incel. And you know, incels sometimes do bad stuff. So maybe it's time for the Chads over at YouTube to realize that the incels have had enough. Okay? Maybe it's time for that. And maybe it's time for all the Stacys watching right now to realize that the only way to stop me from going 100% MGTOW is to finally have sex with me. Because if that doesn't happen, well, then I don't know what might happen. As a matter of fact, anything could happen. Anything could happen. Happy Easter! You don't want this to happen, do you, ladies? Do you want to stop all the evil in the world? Do you? Do you?
Inside my brain and make me do evil. This a grand finale, bitch, won't be no sequel. From my dick I come inside while I do a homicide. Running through these hoes like I'm out leaving nothing. I've been in the whip and I'm motherfucking crashing it. I'm over the curb like I'm out leaving nothing. Oh, suck my dick while I run over pedestrians. Running through these hoes like I'm out leaving nothing. I've been in the whip and I'm motherfucking crashing it.
Okay. All right. Sorry. I might have gone a little too far there. Never mind. I'm sure it was just the Muslims. I gotta catch my breath. Okay, have an awful day.
Head over to podawful.com/iTunes and subscribe to us on iTunes. We're live every Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern at podawful.tv. Love the show? Keep it going by donating to the Pizza Fund. podawful.com/support. And anything else you need is at podawful.com.